treasured sites in Christianity.
Alright. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Thursday, March 24th, 2022. How the hell are you? It is Thursday. I think yesterday I said was Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know what day I was on every day. Every day I was on at midnight. When was I on midnight yesterday? Man, I can't believe it's already Friday. I slept 2 days away this week. So for me, it's Tuesday. So happy Tuesday for those of you who slept 2 days away like I did. Thank you very much for hanging out tonight after a long day. We've had a lot of rain, but not that heavy, so it was pretty manageable here in Florida. All this storm action was supposed to be pretty bad. Tornado warnings were coming. Everybody got to batten down the hatches. Didn't even know I didn't even have to go near a hatch. You know, it was hardly any wind. There was no tornado warnings, and the rain was mild. And you know what I'm thinking? They must have chemtrailed, and I didn't see it. They chemtrailed the storms. Nah, I live about 20 minutes from the ocean, and it's weird. You can see, not the ocean, pardon me, the Gulf of Mexico, because I'm in Florida on that side mainly. Soon as the clouds get up to that ocean area, they dissipate. And then as soon as they go over where I live, they build back up. I was watching it all day. I'm like, you mother. So I got to move. But I'm glad you guys are here. I was going to talk about crop circles and cattle mutilations. And I'm like, nah, not doing it. So you may have seen the ads go out with that intent, and it was the original intention. And what I was asking was, why aren't we talking about cattle mutilations anymore? And I thought it would be interesting, and as I'm talking about it now, I still think I'll talk about it. So we'll talk a little bit about that tonight. You can see in the thumbnail I put Twitter and a bunch of different organizations and problems. MUFON. Fade to Black is on there. All the people that, all the things and peoples and groups that are making it very difficult to know which end is up in this field. You know, MUFON now charges people to see their videos, which used to be free for 50 years. Now all of a sudden you got to have there's a paywall. You want to see the video, they don't even give you like 10 for the whole day, you know, like the top 10 of the day. Nope, not at all. Oh, I'm sorry. Lord Ludacris for $2 says, I remote viewed the storms away from you. Gosh. Don't do that, man. I need that action. That's what keeps me alive. But I'll take the $2 super chats, the first one of the night. That's right. We are survived by Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App, buy a coffee, a nose. A nose. Is it N-O-Z? A Naz? It's Nos. Nos. You could even become a Patreon or join GUFON. And you help support us. We go every night, pretty much. You know, I think the only time I take off is when I need to sleep or sleep through a show. Here we go. Because it's the first, Lord Ludacris, $2 super chat. I accuse you. Remote viewing the storms away from me. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thank you. Because it was the first one. That's why. Roll call. Moonlicht, what's up? Welcome to the show. Storm Crow, welcome to the show. Offworld Adam. Let's take care of some business real quick. Here. Because I'm a man of my word. Where's Aussie Tiger, Third Phaser, Gufonian, Quaker, Rock Fam? I don't see him here yet. But there you go. Off-world Adam. For now. No, good. Welcome. I'm just looking for... All right, well, if he shows up, he shows up. What am I doing? Tim Freestone, member Freestone, welcome to the show. Member Denbub, welcome to the show. Bex, welcome to the show. Claude Aviles, welcome to the show. Carrie Rose, a good all over you, whoever you are. Stu Gerson's here, the biggest, the baddest, the largest. In every single way you use a Stu Gerson to build your next universe. Call him at 1-888-STU-GERSON. Scotty Eisner, not Billy, welcome to the show. Member IR Film, welcome to the show. Lisa M, welcome to the show. God, you did it again. Are you taking these photos? Because they look like, pretty professional. Welcome to the show. Member Denbob, did I say your name already? Well, if I didn't, welcome to the show. Felicia the Beautiful One Flores, welcome to the show. Paulie T, what's up? PT in the house, welcome to the show. Member Rebecca Wiles, welcome to the show. It's been a whiles. Wilka. Don't forget to see Will's Conundrum on TikTok. Dr. Z Smith is back in action. Welcome to the show. Did I say it? If not, I'll say it again. Stormcrow, welcome to the show. Tic-tac-toe, welcome to the show. Kepsa, you've been busy, my friend. I see you on Unidentified Celebrity Review. I see you on Spaced Out Radio, which I want to talk a little bit about today. Nothing bad. But, yeah. It's funny. That last night I watched Spaced Out Radio for the first time since last April. Although I did watch 15 minutes when Lou was on. Well, I'll have to talk about... And I also want to talk about Lou. I can't help it! I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, no. I can't. I am very sorry, but he was on Linda Moulton Howe. I just want to talk about what I think I saw and heard. Real quick, nothing major. I promise. Hey, South Point 1360. Did I just go off of a super sticker? We'll come back to that one. All right, let's go to the front door. Gorilla Gamer, member gamer, welcome to the show. Member Walt Cobbin, welcome to the show. The Sixth Sense is here, welcome to the show. I guess I was watching Truth Seekers right before this. I can't wait to see, because they're going to do a little investigating on the, is it Miles Standish? Who's the guy who has the Bigfoot picture video, and it looks like he might be somebody in makeup? Maybe it's Standish in makeup? I don't know, but they're going to do a really good investigation on that. That's going to be funny. Marie Jose Sproul, welcome to the show. Brian Kegler, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. And Cosmics with Maddie and Daddy McElroy. Welcome to the show from Pittsburgh. What's going on, Pittsburgh? We love Pittsburgh. I love the Steelers. Always have. Hexen, what's up? Cattle mutilations, UFO, and big flat foot related. Hey. Let's start off with that. That is a really, that's a great question. Are cattle mutilations and Bigfoot? Nah, that means Bigfoot would have to have a nice laser, and I don't see him working with that kind of stuff, getting the big laser with his big hairy hands. I'm not buying it. There's no hygiene with Bigfoot. But I have a theory. Well, we'll talk about that anyway. Because I think I know what Bigfoot is. Yeah, I do. Shane Reed's in the house. Mr. Mouse is in the house. Frankie B's in the house. D. Tubbin. I don't know if I said it, but I'm saying it anyway. Welcome to the show. Gigi Abby Lynn. Miles Standish. State Park in Plymouth is very creepy deep. That's cool. They're really, yeah, you know Miles Standish? You know where I got the name, just in case you're wondering? Do you remember the show Crank Yankers? Well, they had a little character on there, Miles Standish. Always loved that name. It's a great name. Drain Glow, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the show. There you are. Now we get to see you two. Nice to see you two. What a good-looking couple. God, it must be great to be in your early 30s, late 20s. Maybe even 40. I don't know. You're very, 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 very fresh, full of life. I'm okay. No. Just a little reality check, that's all. All right, let's get to work. I see I've missed a few things here. Can you get me the $1.49 one, Coral? I think I missed it. I accidentally turned it off if you still have it. I see Dark Hours. Well, thank you. Dawn Knight with the $1.49 super sticker. Oh, Dawn, yeah, how you doing? Thank you very much for that. Let's see what it is. I can't see it. And then we'll get rocking through this show because we got a good one tonight. No, I'm serious. I usually say that and it sucks, but tonight's going to be a good one. Oh, it's hearts. I'll take it. Look at the love, you know. Thanks, Dawn. You know where it hits me? Mucho gusto, Generoso, and a continuing supporter of GUFON. Next. Doc Hour. Boom, baby. Yeah. Thank you very much. And you are definitely a continuing supporter of GUFON. Not only is he a continuing supporter of GUFON, he's a friend. Mucho gusto, generoso, Dark Hour. Hey, Dark Hour. Paranormal. Where are you? Seriously, hold on. See? This is the weirdest thing. Okay. I've just proven it. Something is freaky going on here. See? No, I can't. This has got to stop. What is going on? Hold on. You see? That's not cool. Hey. No, there it is. I found it. It is cool. Thank you, Felicia, the beautiful Flores. We all love you, GUFON. FAP, me and Felicia, first GUFON couple. Yep. Alien Girl 111 is here. You guys know that we're not really, but we're married. Yeah. Thank you, Dark Hour. Mucho gusto, generoso. Hey, Brian Kegler, I thought I saw one in there for you. $2. Todd Standing. Yeah, Todd. I don't know why I got that Miles Standish guy in my head. I always do when I see that. But I'm not... Well, let's talk about it real quick. Brian Kegler, a continuing supporter of GUFON. Mucho gusto, generoso. And thank you for helping out. All right. Poofon? What's this? That is funny. Poofon. Poof. On you. That's right. I'm bringing back GUFON You. No, I really am. That's weird that Poofon's here. GUFON You is GUFON University. I'm going to be doing those on, well, I don't know. I think I'm going to do GUFON You on GUFON Lives once a once every Sunday. And that'll only be a 1-hour class. And it really is. It'll be a class on how to work cameras, how to use contrast, how to analyze things, how to blow up stuff and make it bigger, small. I know you all think you know how to do it, but I need somebody to teach me before I show you. No, I'm just kidding. You don't really need much in this field to be a researcher and analyze footage. You know that, right? But it does take a keen eye and a lot of trial and error over the years using cameras, knowing what it looks like when you see something, if it's fake or CGI. I still have a hard time with some of these CGI ones, but I think I'm about 90% accurate on them. That's what GUFON U will be, GUFON University. All right? So I always wanted to have some sort of class like that. And we did one class, that was it. And I thought it went rather well. So I'm going to go back to that class and look it up, see what we talked about, and start all over from scratch. Because there's a lot of things people don't know in the ufology field that want to get out there. They want to investigate. And I'm not only talking about UFOs, ghost hunting, and just regular research. I mean, we'll go online and I'll show you, how to research maybe. I don't know. Why not? What else we doing? People always say, oh, GUFON, sometimes people learn something here. I know I learn something once a day. At least. But if I could give you that information and a little bit of pay it forward type of knowledge, I think that's worth the price of admission right there. I think it would be. Plus, it makes me feel good, to know everything. I mean, come on. I'm no expert. Stop. Can't we joke around anymore? No, apparently not. One thing we do not talk about in this field anymore are crop circles and cattle mutilations. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. And the reason I changed tonight's topics, and now I'm talking about the one I was originally going to do, is because I don't know if it warrants a conversation. Crop circles really took a big fall when Doug and Dave came out and said that they're the ones who are making the crop circles with 6 feet of rope and a board. Some sort of plank, 3-foot board or 5-foot board, whatever. Putting it out, crunching down. No. Yeah. But mainstream media took it and ran with it, and everybody said, I guess that's what they are. They're all fake. Well, they're not. Are they? Are they? I think they're all fake. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. I really don't know. Do you want to know why I can't say either way? Because I've never been in a crop circle before to study it, so I really don't know. But if you go back and look at Linda Moulton Howe, she was part of that. Believe it, love her or hate her, she was part of the cattle mutilation and the crop circle craze of the 80s and early 90s. Was crop circles first. She was with that guy with the glasses. Oh my God, the crop circle dude. I always forget his name, and I know Colin Mockery, is it? Is it Colin? It's Colin though, right? Colin Farrell? No. Well, anyway, that guy did a lot of work on crop circles. Now, one thing about crop circles is there's so many fake ones. How do you tell the difference between the real ones and the fake ones? It's pretty easy, actually. A lot of people don't even know this. But apparently, when the real crop circles are made, erase. Let's go back a sentence. Just erase it. Jurassic erase. Basically, you can tell the difference pretty easily between a man-made one and one by whatever. The man-made ones, if you're talking about crops like wheat and stuff like that, barley, Pabst Blue Ribbon, there's scuff marks or bruising, as they call it, on the stalks, from the people with the boards. They really use boards and rope, and they use, a big compass and everything, and they figure out where to go. And there was a college course, well, science, but they went out and they tried to make their own crop circles. And a lot of the crop circles that are real, not only is there bruising, from when people do it, but they're broken stalks. You usually see, every now and then you'll see a footprint, but it's not as accurate. It's not as precise. The circles, they got stalks falling out in the middle of the pressed down place. There's a lot of mistakes. Get to a real one. And this is very interesting. And you have an interwoven crop. So you've got, you got a couple here, and they interlock like this. And it goes around all over. You got interlocking wheat. You know what I mean? It's like they crisscross, and it's woven together. And the weird thing about these crop circles, that if that isn't weird enough, sometimes in the center of the circle, there seems to be some trace evidence of radiation. Not only that, the further out you go from the center of the crop circle, the less of that trace radiation shows up on the Geiger counter or whatever they use, right? But that's not the weirdest thing of all. The weirdest thing of all, from the center going outward with concentric circles, are the expulsion cavities of the wheat, of the corn, or whatever stock that has these, and the heat from making the crop circle blows out pieces of the crop. Because of the moisture in there, it gets hot and it pops like popcorn for corn. Now, from the center of the circle all the way back out, or whatever design it may be, that popping of the expulsion is less severe the further away from the center of the circle you go. So what does that mean? Well, that means there was a radio, what is it called? Not radiation, what is it? It's radiated, the energy, whatever, I can't think of what it's called. It radiates very hot and dissipates on outward. So whatever they're doing when they're making these crop circles, whether it be those balls of light that were supposedly caught on camera, you remember that one? I'm not buying it, but it looked good. But, what is it? Microwaves. Damn it, what is wrong with me? Colin Andrews. That's the guy's name, I just remembered. But anyway, I don't know why they're done this way. I don't know what makes the real crop circles, but it's awfully weird. And Doug and Dave came out with these boards and said we're the ones responsible for all of them, even the ones in other countries. Those guys weren't going anywhere, Doug and Dave. They were in their late 50s, early 60s at the time. But mainstream media put it out there because they're evil, they're sick pricks, and nobody challenged it, and that's that. And the crop circle thing has been fading year after year after year after year, even though there's great, beautiful circles popping up all over. Yeah, nobody believes it anymore. Now, Donna G, with a member, Donna G, thank you for the $20 super chat with look at that. There's no message. See, these are the, super does. No message, no emoji, just pure love. Maybe it's love. Thank you, Donna G, for the $20 super dough. Hey, goosh. All over crop circles. Mucho gusto generoso. Thank you. That was a weird one. Thank you. Continuing supporter of GUFON and a member. Thank you, Donna G. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Is it okay if I get a drink real quick? I have this coffee sitting here. I need a sip. It's been sitting here looking at me. I was thinking of what Cambion was talking about, so I thought I'd use the Bigfoot mug. Hold on. That's going to leave a spot. Excuse me. Now, cattle mutilations. Just a few minutes on that, please. Don't you feel like those are a thing of the past? Like nobody's talked about them for 5 years at least? I don't like talking about them. Well, what are we going to say? What are we going to say? There are these animals. They're called cows. And horses get taken, apparently. People, human mutilations. We've done 2 shows on human mutilations over the years. It was the same show done twice. But they were years apart. But there hasn't been any new human mutilations that look like cattle mutilations. And cattle mutilations are very strange. And what's her name? Linda Moulton Howdy Doody Fresh and Fruity used to be a big player when it came to the cattle mutilation craze. Some people, and I'm not going to name any names, but I've heard this now from many, many people. At least 5. That's a lot in this field. That Linda Moulton Howdy Doody is a CIA operative who was given the task of infiltrating the cattle mutilation UFO phenomena, but also became an investigative journalist at the same time. So she was, double dipping. She was our first, right? Yeah, and it was Colin Andrews. I remember. Now I see his name on the TV. But I remember watching her when she was all over the TV back then, all those specials that came out. Tonight, we're going to talk about UFOs and cattle mutilations. Linda Moulton Howe, investigative journalist, will take us through the Utah desert and also in the southwest of Arizona to show us where farmers are seeing and waking up to their cattle being mutilated, and it's awful, just awful. All right. And they do. It's an awful procedure, whatever they're doing to these animals. Whatever's taking them in the middle of the night is doing laser precision surgery, taking out the tongue, taking out the lymph nodes, taking out the eyeballs, the ears, coring out the anus like an apple. Dorothy! Aw, you didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. Dorothy Hawkins now a YouTube member for GUFON. The weird thing was I went on today. I went on to see if I could change that, and I can't. I don't know how. I did change the meaning of getting a thing where it now says Truthology for UFOlogy. Before it said a goosh. But I changed it. Thank you, Dorothy, a continuing supporter of GUFON and a really good friend. I say that because it's true. But cattle mutilations have fallen to the wayside, and I kind of want to know why. The theory that's going around, and it's not a new one, it's been around for a while, and I heard it, but I just ignored it because just like crop circles, you seen one, you seen them both. Cattle mutilations they don't give us anything. They don't give us anything. There's no new information. Excuse me. They're still happening, but not like they used to. Now, the weird thing is, I can't remember the guy's name. I think it was Chuck Wachowski or something like that. He's a retired policeman who saw a pattern along the 33rd parallel of the Earth, and especially over the United States. Then they named the 33rd parallel UFO highway, I think they did, because that's where 75 to 80% of cattle mutilations took place, along the 33rd parallel. And he did a whole thing on it. It was like 2 episodes, 2 seasons, I think it was. And he traveled the United States talking to all these people and about their cattle mutilations and UFOs. And the next thing you know, it's gone. He's not talking about it anymore. I guess there's only so much you can do. Moonlicht became a GUFON member. Thank you, Moonlicht. Unbelievable. Thank you. I like the video game. That looks like maybe a Galaga type. Looks like Galaga. Thank you, man. You're a continuing supporter of GUFON, of course. Good friend of the show. Thank you. What's up, Mr. DB Cooper? Good to see you. Crazy A 2.0. Paul Cargo's here. What's up, man? So this guy went across the United States and talked about cattle mutilations every Sunday. I don't know what happened. It's just not... Oh, the theory I was going to talk about is that it's not just the UFOs. It's who's doing it. And when you think about these things, a lot of people have seen lights on their farms. You know, they wake up, the chickens are going, you know, they think there's a fox in the hen house. They go out, they see a light out in their field, on their farm. And the next day they get up at 2 a.m. in the morning because they get up early. And next thing you know, one of their cows, Bessie, is missing. They don't hear the cowbell. They go looking for Bessie. No cowbell. Bessie! Nothing. Nothing. And then one day, they come, walking around 2 miles up the road, and there's Bessie with bones and a cowbell sitting on the ground. Yep, that's Bessie. That's her cowbell. But they looked at her, and she had part of her jaw missing. The tongue was cut out. Her eyeballs looked like they were cored. The ears, one of them's missing. Now, the strange thing is, the cow went missing the night they saw the light, right? This is a very common story. But here's something that you may or may not know. A lot of these cows, when they're taken up into the magical spaceship, because there's never any blood on the ground. They're drained of their blood. You understand? I don't know if we have anything that can do it overnight or whatever, but these cows are drained of their blood, and yet there's no blood to be seen. Not only that, there's no tire tracks, there's no footprints, there's no evidence anybody drove there and dropped the cow off. Now, that's not the weird thing. The weirdest thing of all is that these cows have broken ribs on one side, as if they were dropped from something and hit the ground dead. And that's what they're doing. And they said they would have to be dropping them about 40 feet to break a cow's ribs. I'll never forget that. Are my lips shedding? So, you have a strange phenomena which runs parallel pretty much along with abductions of people. So, are aliens doing it? Are humans doing it? Or are they working together? A lot of people think the aliens and our military are working together, doing all this crazy stuff to cows. Here's a question, and this is something I can answer for you. A lot of people say, why doesn't the military just grow their own cows if they're going to take and harvest their parts? Well, it's not about harvesting their parts there, Mike. You know what it's about? It's about seeing what each farmer is doing to their cows. Are they giving their cows steroids? What are they feeding them? They check their blood. I think what they're doing is, our military is so corrupt, our government is so corrupt, that they go out and take whatever they want, when they want, and return it, and they don't give a shit if somebody lost a $5,000 cow. But I think what they're doing is, I know this is really a big stretch, but I think what they're doing is trying to catch people doing shit to their cows, and then somehow, maybe a half a year later or a year later, the government starts knocking on their door saying, we've gotten a little information from the aliens that you're feeding your cows steroids and then selling their milk with steroids, and you can't do that. Maybe they're trying to set them up. I don't know. All I know is that it's happening. It's still happening and nobody's talking about it anymore. Who's this? FAP with a $20. Gosh, it's all over the place from me. It is all over the place from you. A continuing supporter of GUFON and this. Thank you, F.A.P. with a $20 super chat. Gosh, all over the place. Gosh, all over the place from me. Mucho gusto, generoso. Thank you. Continuing supporter of GUFON, you are. Thanks, FAP. I don't know why the government needs to go on farmers' property, take their cows, and do what they want to them. So then you have to think, well, why would they do it? Well, maybe for one of the reasons I said. They want to make sure that the farmers aren't killing me and you by taking one of their cows, testing it for all sorts of stuff, and then dropping them back off because, they killed the cow, and then chalk it up to the aliens. But in the meantime, they're making sure you and I don't get poisoned, maybe. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that? That would be awfully nice for our government to keep checking. I thought of this a few years ago. Well, maybe they're doing it on purpose. We are, not the aliens. Maybe we're doing it on purpose because they're literally trying to keep people from dying. Maybe. You never know. There could be a terrorist cow out there who starts taking this drug. You never know. Cows are very nice. They're very, very nice. I'd believe a cow if it told me, I've got milk. I'd believe it. I said, milk does a body good. Not my milk. What? Nothing. So maybe, just maybe, it's our government checking up on us, keeping us safe from ourselves. Maybe it's that. But if it's aliens, I don't see the reason to take all these cows. They could grow their own. But it's not in the natural environment of an Earth, biosphere. We want it to be natural, Rich. All right, so then I think, well, what do they care? They're not doing it to fish, right? They very rarely do it to horses, right? Chickens. Oh, maybe no, it's not happening to chickens. Just the cows. Why? Because milk is used more than any other product that we eat. Do you know that? Milk, water, and does anybody know what the third one is? Nos. No, it's not. Well, hey, Half Droid became a YouTube member. I think you're number 19. We've got 19, I think, right now. 16 before the show. I think that's number 3 for tonight. Wow, man. Thank you very much, Half Droid. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Yeah, I've seen you here before. I'm just very excited. Yeah, thank you. Mucho gusto, generoso. Coffee. I saw somebody say coffee. Uh-oh. Let me go check the coffee. Who bought a nose? It's now a nose. Whoops, that was an accident. Actually, it wasn't, but it was. Let's do this. It's that time, right? Oh, geez, tonight's flying by. Let me play this because on April 5th, this is going to drop, and I don't want anybody to miss it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, roll.
Evils are truth, then all bets are off.
Turn 91.
It's very hard for people to get their minds around where the real power is. And it's not at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The reality is something much more stark.
They've been working on this for 60, 70, perhaps 80 years.
The reason why the government is talking about these UFOs now, they're getting ready for the next level of war.
Are these objects a national security concern?
They're proffering a narrative of a national security threat that doesn't exist.
I call them alien reproduction vehicles. They're made by private corporations somewhere on this planet.
Technology from Roswell from 1947 has largely been held back from us.
Portal technology, teleportation, whatever you can imagine, it's already been done.
The biggest secrets are not the zero-point energy and electrogravitics. It's the science of consciousness. All their communication systems are moving through the consciousness field and are thought actuated. The people at the CIA call it WSFM, weird science and frickin' magic. The transdimensional interstellar technology will benefit humanity.
There has been tremendous disinformation.
The media is keeping secrets with the government.
These are lethal, vicious people. And I'm focused on exposing the extraordinary technologies that they want to keep secret. No aspect of life on Earth will be unaffected by it.
Above Top Secret will be out on April 5th on all streaming platforms. You can pre-order it right now. The link's going to be in the description after tonight's show. You can go into previous shows and click on the link, watch the, go to that video, go to the description, and pre-order yours. It's only $12.99. That's it. That's it. They're giving it away for 2 hours and 7 minutes of pure weird science and freaking magic. And then he gives that the Joker smile. Look, take a look. Let's take a look at that smile.
Vicious. And I'm focused on exposing the extraordinary technologies that they would want to keep secret. No aspect of life on Earth will be unaffected by it. Frickin' magic.
Here it is. Ah, Greer, come on. Let's get a little more. There. Greer. Anyway, it's going to be a great movie. So, oh yeah, the coffee. Let's take a look, shall we? I gotta log in. Yes, continue. Yes. No, nobody got a coffee tonight. No, I thought I saw somebody say coffee. I don't know who it was. All right, let's keep the show rolling. Oh, Marie Jose Sproul with a $2.53 PayPal support. Thank you for the donation there. Marie Jose Sproul, you're a continuing supporter of GUFON. Thank you once again. Yep. I do my super chats during the show, not in one clump. I don't know what to do. It's just the way it is right now. We'll see how it goes for a while. What was I going to talk about tonight? Oh, right. All right. So, Michael R27 with the best number on the planet, $14.20, and it's a super dough. That means there's no message, no emoji. It is just pure adrenaline, and we give you one of these. Thank you, Michael R27 with the $14.20 super chat. I don't know. Mucho gusto generoso, sir. Continuing supporter of GUFON. Thank you. I don't know why I did it like that. Thanks. Brian Kegler with the $10 super chat. Okay, one plausible reason was in response to the outbreak of mad cow disease in the UK in the late 70s and 80s. What am I thinking? I am so stupid. Beef is a huge commodity. I forgot about the beef. I think that's a little more than the milk. For domestic use and foreign use, mad cow is caused by prions, deadly. Aren't prions, it's like snails? Let me take a look at what prion, I think they are, aren't they? I don't know. It is, prions are misfolded proteins with the ability to transmit their misfolded shape onto normal variants of the same protein. They characterize several fatal and transmissible neurodegenerative diseases in humans and many other animals. What is a prion virus? Prions are virus-like organisms made up of prion protein. These elongated, fibrous, green are believed to be aggregations of the protein that make up the infectious prion. Prions attack nerve cells, producing neurodegenerative brain disease. Mad cow symptoms include glazed eyes and uncontrollable body tremor. Like this? Like that? Thank you, Brian. Let me give you one of these. Thank you, Kegler, Brian, for the $10 and extremely smart super chat. Good. For whom the bells toll. Mucho gusto, generoso. Continuing supporter of GUFON. Thank you. All right. Brian Kegler with another $10. They can jump between species too. Yeah, that's what it said, from humans to animals. Instead of putting a whole industry at risk, the government covertly monitors the herds. I figured. And thank you once again for the $10 super chat. We'll do one of these. Where'd it go? Is this it? So immature. What is wrong with me? Thank you very much. Brian Kegler throwing down tens like they're going out of business. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. The things that are happening now on Twitter, Facebook, that's the one I forgot to put up. Radio shows like Fade to Black, UCR, Unidentified Celebrity Review, people that support a narrative that is a lie, that is disinformation. Now, neither one of us, neither side, has proof that that is actually happening or not happening. So when TTSA came out, they were trying to give the impression they were going to be transparent and all that stuff. And they lied. And immediately, two things stuck out. Stuck out. One of those things was when DeLong or whoever said, we'll take donations no less than $250. So if you have a $200 bill in your back pocket, they won't take it. Do you hear? $50? That's all you can afford? You want to give it to TTSA? Keep it. They don't want anything less than $250. They said also, number two, that they were going to build a transmedium. Everything's trans. It is. But they were supposed to build this craft that was supposed to go through the earth, the stars, and the moon. And we didn't get anything. And those people should get their money back who donated to them. Mr. D.B. Cooper, speaking of, a member of GUFON for $5 says, I have proof, but I can't talk about it. You son of a beep. How dare you do that, Steve? You mother beep. You son of a beep. Would you get the freak out of here? Thank you very much, Mr. D.B. Cooper. I made myself laugh, and I don't know why. That wasn't funny. Mucho gusto, generoso, sir. A continuing and major supporter of GUFON, and a good friend. Well. We have a lot of... I don't know why. I can't help it. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up. Let me go to profile. No. Yeah. No, this is bad. Hold on. I'm just gonna, I can't. I'm just gonna have to go the way of the feeling I have instead of not trying to talk about Lou. I have no choice. You understand? I have no choice. But I'm not talking about him like it's about him. I'm talking and including him in the conversation. It's a little different. The narrative, the fighting that's going on is unbelievable from what I've seen. Have I ever seen it been... I've never seen it like this. I've never seen it this bad before. Being that we were a focal point of a lot of it. And I'm going to tell you now, wrongfully so. People are lumping us in with the fist, and we don't do that here. You can't lump us in together. No. But anyway, you have UFO Twitter that actually says to all of their friends and everything, do not promote third phase of moon videos. Do not promote any GUFON videos. Do not promote Truth Seekers. Do not promote Area Who's Lou, Area 503, and so on. So UFO Twitter, try as they might, are trying to keep us out of the loop, keep us out of the discussion. And I say, you can't. And the weird thing is, right now, they're fighting amongst themselves. And it's a beautiful thing what's going on right now. Fessler's getting it from people he thought he could be friends with. Beautiful. It's like karma is real. Karma is real. And she is a very angry person right now. Karma. Yeah. And it's amazing what's going on. Lou, and you know, we talked about this yesterday. Lou talks about his sock accounts and how he has to be hiding under different names and manipulating conversations and the narrative. That is huge. And Rather Be Squirting on UCR said he's calling Lou out on that. He didn't like it. They're infighting a little bit. Fessler thought he could be friends with Lou because he had him on his show a couple of times, but people were smarter than me again. I told you guys are smarter than me in a lot of things except for ufology. But, you know, I'm joking. I have to say it. Am I? You guys found out that when Fessler was on this show, he talked a little schmackadoodle about Lou. That was one of the reasons why I had him on the show. Because Fessler was talking the same narrative that we were talking, that we believe. That's what attracted me to listening to the show. Because this one day I just saw this guy, he's talking about Lou like I talk about him. So I reached out. Only had like 300 subscribers at the time. I saw him on Alien Girl's show. I thought, I'll have him on mine. And we did. And he faked everything. Faked it. There's something wrong with Fessler. And I don't know what it is. I've heard things, but I'm not going to repeat them. But let's just say he's like Andy Kaufman. No. Without the funny. Maybe that's him. But anyway, something is going on with those guys now. Their own I said it was going to happen, and it did, and it is. They're fighting amongst themselves over there. Not only is UCR fighting amongst themselves, as far as I can tell, that Luis and Rather Be Squitting are fighting. It looks that way. They're probably not. But nonetheless, there was a little bit of an issue going on because of what Squirting said. And Lewis didn't like it. And now, apparently there was, and I heard this on Truth Seekers right before this show, that there was a lot of dead air on the Fists show last night. And then Rob Heatherly, he said he wanted to take me up on the fight, but he backed down when I said, hey, tell me where. Email me at goofonradio@gmail.com. Just tell me when and where. And he didn't. But he took himself off the camera. So there was literally nothing happening because they were arguing or something. I don't know. But it does not look good. Now, who is to blame for all of this? For all of it. Who's to blame? That's right. Lou. I know you want to say me. I know you want to say Manny from Area 503 because he made Who's Lou. There's people out there, and I applaud the Sixth Sense, who's a fan of the show, and also Truth Seekers, who is putting up some phenomenal tweets and picking apart everything that is wrong with Lou and Fistler and everybody else. Just doing an awesome job at that. And I think you're actually proving what we've been saying here all along. You have actually justified so much for me. I can't thank you enough. Because I believe what we do here is very important. even though I don't have guests on all the time, maybe 2 a month, but I'll bring my people in and we'll talk about stuff. And I think that's better than hearing the same old story from the same old people. But it is amazing the infighting that's going on right now. You want to know what's weird? Fistler shouldn't even be in this conversation at all. No, because he's not, I'm not saying I am, but I'm not saying UCR is. But when it comes to people in the field, I don't think of Fessler. Ever. You know what I mean? You think of the same people, yeah, Dolan and da-da-da-da-da. And maybe now you'll throw my name in there. Maybe, some people will, but they won't. And I found out again through conversations from people behind the scenes that GUFON is a guilty pleasure for a lot of people out there, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy. I don't mind being a guilty pleasure. You watch the show, but you can't tell your friends you watch it. Love it. Fine with me. Just understand. We're not the problem. We're not. I think we solve problems here. Now, last night, I did something I haven't done in almost a year, was listen to Sold Out Radio. Not the whole thing. I listened to the last hour and 25 minutes when the guest just left. 5 minutes left or something. And, you know what Dave does? He goes on for 3 hours, has a guest, basically just blank stares into the screen for 2.5 hours while the guest is speaking and not really paying attention, and everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. I couldn't believe what he did to one of his, I don't know who this guy is, John, I believe it is, co-host, or he's got a show over there on the weekends, but he wears the fedora and he just shaved his beard. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up. I don't want to get his name wrong. I got something here. Let's see. It is John Hudson. Oh, that's John Hudson. I always see his tweets, and I like his tweets. I don't, well, now I know. So they were talking about the animosity that's going on in the field. And it was just interesting to hear the lies. But I understand it, because Dave thinks that I lie about him. But one thing that we need to be aware of, that is fantasy land, and he said it again last night. So if you're going over there, don't expect the truth. Expect to be entertained. Somewhat. But nonetheless, he said it last night. We are entertainment. We don't debunk videos. We don't call out people here. And what he wanted to say is what he used to tell me. Rich, you play radio, but I'm really on it. Right. Okay. I play radio. Have you ever been on radio? Yeah. Real radio? Yes. Have you ever had your own show on real radio? Yeah. For a little bit. Yeah, 2 months. Oh, but you didn't do your own show. But nonetheless, they got sponsors over there. They've got bills to pay, like for a studio that was apparently $30,000 studio. Hey, we've got a studio over here too. Guess what? $2,000. A computer and a few monitors. No, it was more than that, but $30,000. So it was just interesting to hear how I called Dave fat, which I've never done. I don't do that to anybody. If somebody's overweight, I would never. I used to train people who were overweight, and I would never do that. Let's just put it that way. Even somebody who was too skinny, I don't make fun of people that way. No. But if they have a funny voice, you know, like some people, and I exaggerate. If you can't take that, can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. That's for sure. But as far as somebody's physical appearance, I've never done that. And see, that's interesting, because he thinks that he's telling everybody he doesn't buy subs. And I would swear on my life, if there was a way I could die, that there's sub buying going on over there. And I know, because let me tell you something, then I'm going to stop with the sold out radio. If Dave is on 6 radio stations and apparently can reach thousands of people, doesn't mean they're reaching them, but the potential to reach thousands of people out there, how come not once in 5 years has anybody from the radio world transferred over to YouTube world and said, I listened to your show on WKRP in Cincinnati. I'm so glad I see you now on YouTube. Never happened. You'd think it would happen once a week, at least. But 5 years, 70-something months, and not one. Not one person. I'm not saying he's not on. He is on. They're recorded, and then he sends it to them, and then they play it live. But it's not live, you know. So we're just playing radio here, you know. First of all, I never said I was on radio, even though I called it GUFON Radio. But that's why I got rid of the radio. Because I'm not on radio. I'm playing like I'm on radio. Lord Ludicrous for $2. Fessler isn't having a show tonight. Keep fighting. Hey, I didn't have one the other night. Or did I? I don't know. I slept through one of them. Wait, no, I did it anyway. No, I didn't. I missed one. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, you know, all the best to Fessler, man. We wish him the worst, right? What'd I say? The best. We wish him the best. Thank you, Lord Ludicrous, for the $2 super chat, a continuing supporter of GUFON. Yeah. You know what? You want to know the difference? You want to know why he can't have a show? Because he doesn't have his co-hosts. And he can't do a show without a guest or without a co-host. He just can't. Can't sustain the conversation. See, I talk to myself all day long. So I'm used to talking without somebody around me. You know I don't do that. Yes, you do. Shh. They don't know. Now they do. But, and then one last thing. And then Dave got mad. And he says, I just don't understand how anecdotal evidence can't be used as evidence. I'm paraphrasing. Because Kepsa was mentioning something about proof. Well, let's get some proof before you make these huge claims. Because I said that Dave Scott has had every imaginable magical paranormal thing happen to him since he got that show. He never would talk about it around me, right? So I know the guy 4.5 years. And I came across a show that he was on, didn't know about it. And I'm listening to him talking about having all of these experiences and how he's psychic and can make premonitions and can do all these things. And I'm like, what? And then I'm looking in the description. I'm like, oh my God, that's Dave Scott. That is him. I couldn't believe it. And I said, he has never once brought this up around me or on his show at the time. It was weird listening to him say all that stuff. Me and one of my friends, we saw Bigfoot. We saw it twice now. He's had Carl, an imaginary alien, at the window. And he doesn't go to grab a camera? Nope, because if you go to grab a camera, Carl will disappear. It's like magic. Ghosts, shadow people, believe me. Yeah, I don't claim that I have a Bigfoot sighting and other things, but I think it's different because I've been talking about it from day one, everything, the weird stuff that happens around me. And I don't say I've ever been abducted. I claim that I have good psychic abilities, even though I still deny it. Yeah, it's different, though, between me and Dave. And I brought that up. Nobody else did. I brought it out in the open and just called myself out. That's right, because I don't think it's the same thing. It isn't, because I don't sit there on my show and say, oh, there's an alien out the window, and the license plate falling off the wall, or hearing the spoon fall off the counter. I mean, come on. You know? Come on. I'm not faking anything. All that shit really happened. And weird stuff happens. And a lot of us who are in the field have weird stuff happen because we're in tune to it. But I've always been open here. But when somebody avoids talking about it on their own show and then goes on all these other shows and talks about all these magical things they can do, but doesn't talk about it on their own show, come on. And a lot of the stuff that I say that has happened with anything alien has always been in my dreams. I've never once, except for I'll be in your head before you wake up. And when I saw the blue beam reflecting off the headboard and I turned around and I saw a freaking alien there at the end of the bed. So, yeah, I know. I mean, it was probably a dream. But I don't claim that I have dreams that are in sync with science blob, somebody who's many miles away, and then say that we wound up in a hotel room with all the major heads in ufology and we were all abducted. And we were taken to this hotel room and given some very good information. Remember that, Bob? And Bob's like, sure. yeah. All right, I remember. Something like that. I don't know. Oh, that was so uncomfortable to listen to. That's my only problem. That's just a few of the things. But then he says to Kepsa, because without the proof, what do we have? Anecdotal evidence, stories. And then Dave says, you can't deny every single story and tell everybody they're wrong. Well, without proof, it's just a story. And unfortunately, the world we live in now is show me what you've done instead of talking about what you've done. Okay? Show me. Nobody wants to. Anybody can talk anything they want. You know? Anybody. This is a field right now that's in flux. And I feel like, I don't feel bad. I'm just going to say it. I feel though we may have kickstarted this entire thing. Then Who's Lou came out and put it into another, well, you know. And it wasn't a hit piece on Lou at all. Anyway, he was on Linda Moulton Howe. And I almost threw up a few times. Can I just say Linda Moulton Howe is literally one of the worst interviewers I have ever heard. And I keep forgetting to bring that up. I can't stand listening to her. Now I know why I don't like listening to her, because I had to listen to what she and Lou were talking about. And she went on 2 to 3 minute rants. And Lou's like, I guess I'm not here. It was like they were in competition with each other, or she was in competition with Lou. Anytime Lou would say something, we want to get the propulsion, we want to know this and that, and then she would just repeat it all. Well, I knew John so-and-so, and then what he said was that when the da-da-da-da-da-da for 5 minutes. It's okay to converse with your guest, but she's got Lou Elizondo on for the first time, and she did as much talking as he did. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be 80-20. 80-20 rule. You let your guest get 80% of the limelight, and your 20% is just asking questions and adding on to those questions with more questions. That's it. You can interject, but it felt like she was in competition with him. Like, it was almost as if she was trying to prove to Lou how much she knew. And then I was working out when I was listening to it, and there was like silence for like the longest time. And I look at the phone, and she's sitting there reading notes. And I'm like, this is awful. She's reading notes for 20 seconds and forgot Lou's there. I think I heard him say, hello. Yeah, I don't know if I did, but anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. It was absolutely one of the worst interviews I've ever heard Lou do. Not because of him, because of her. And then she brings up some things. And she says that one of her insiders, who we never know who they are, says that she is very confident that there's at least 26 or something solar systems out there with humans on them. And Lou almost fell out of his chair. I'm surprised it didn't break, but he almost fell out of it. And he said, as far as 20 something, he says, I don't think so. And then she's like, well, this is a guy who I know and that I vetted and that, I'm an investigative journalist, so I did my due diligence, Lou. This guy's telling the truth. Well, I'm paraphrasing. But boy, did she get a little defensive a couple of times. It was the worst interview I've heard in a long time. She's all about her. And she's 80. Hey, my mom's 80. I understand 80. Somewhat. God bless Linda Moulton Howe. But, and I don't want anybody to say this about me, even though they do now. But I think when you hit a wall in this field, you got to go. Whether you're 54 or 80 or 35, if you can't sustain yourself and do the right thing, interview somebody properly, and she's been in this field for 50 years. She's an investigative journalist. It was the worst. It was a competition between the two of them, really. Lou just wanted to keep talking, I think, and not have her. Anyway, that's that. Anyway, Black Lotus Productions, a member of GUFON, with the $5 super chat. The best way to interview is the David Letterman way. Ask your question, then shut up. Yeah, 100% right. It's the best way. It also depends on how many, because when Linda was talking, she went on so many different things, and Lou says, you've unpacked a lot there, Linda. So why don't I start off? If you haven't heard it, it's interesting. It's not bad, but it's painful. Thank you, Black Lotus Productions, Sundays and Thursdays here on YouTube. Don't forget to check them out. Thanks, Damien. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the support. Mucho gusto generoso. Continuing supporter of GUFON. This is probably the worst I've seen ufology. As far as I think we're over it now. I don't know if I can't say it's just getting started. I think we're done. I don't really care to talk about anybody negatively or anything. I didn't even want to talk about Luke, but it is what it is. Look, a lot of people think that it's garbage talk. Like we should be talking about other stuff. So I always ask the question, what would you like to talk about? Well, let's talk about crop circles. It's only so much you could say. There's nothing new. Cattle mutilations, nothing new. Same story, nothing new. That's why those are dying off. Now, if you look ahead, in April, Above Top Secret's coming out. Any day now, I'm going to get a couple of more clips that I could play that haven't been shown yet to get you pumped up for that Above Top Secret movie. And then Lou's book comes out at the end of April. So you have April 5th, Third Phase of Moon, Dr. Greer, and Above Top Secret, the technology behind disclosure. And then in the end of April, you got Lou's book. That's coming out. And then at the end of May, Andy from UAP New York, or whatever it is, the guy with the rubber duck video, has 3 or 4 other videos that are going to be released at the Utah Symposium on May 27th, 8th, and 9th. Yes, you will have to pay to see them for the first time if you want to. But right after they show them, they're going to go up on a website or the YouTube channel or both, and they are supposed to be free to see. So we will have a lot of stuff to go over in the next couple of months. But in between, what do we talk about? Kecksburg? Want to talk about Kecksburg? What's that? The Autobots scour the world for the legendary Rubik's Cube, the source of all the universal energy. You talking about the Allspark? Don't speak about the spark. See you soon, Ms. Felicia. She's gone. You're leaving? I know, it's time. Today's Thursday. Let's give Rich a fantastic Friday thumbs up. Why Friday? For tomorrow? Yes, Mark. Some things need to be discussed. Right. Right. All right, so I'm going to get to UFO Twitter. A lot of action from everybody. But before I do that, I want to make you laugh a little bit. Or at least watch something that's a guy who's pretty good at doing voices. But he also's got his face. He did the face mix thing. Check this out.
Hey, Arnold. Did you get into my no-explode? Oh, come on, you being ridiculous. I don't use your no-explode. Now, if you want some no-explode, go and get some no-explode. But you can't be going into my bucket. I drink coffee and I've got my nuts. Half of the thing's gone. Nobody wants you. No-explode. It's my no-explode. I got it in Kmart. If PB fit, it's busted nuts. Nobody wants your peanuts. I'm trying to talk with you. You never communicate, damn it. I need Rambo 17 to get that no-explode. I've had enough of this shit. I didn't know we were trading supplements. My friend told me get freshly busted nuts. Nobody wants your freshly busted nuts. Do you hear me? I want the both of you to sit down All right.
Busted
Hey,
nuts.
yo.
This is what it is. It's nuts. They're busted, damn it.
Shut up. You should have never done those f***ing Expendables movies. Hooah! Hey, yo, Arnold.
I thought it was better than that. I didn't watch the whole thing. I like the way the faces kind of look like. Well, they do. Arnold looks just like him. He looks just like Arnold. All right. I thought that would have been funny. I would have to say that failed. Former Pentagon insider Luis Elizondo to reveal shocking details in new book. Profound implications for humanity, he says. Can't trust anybody with no lips. It's no lip Lou. It's loose lip, no lip. People with big foreheads or no lips, can't trust them. The former director of Secret Service is going to tell his full story. Luis Elizondo, head of the Pentagon's area tip, signed a book deal with Wilson Morrow in the competitive bid and war for the U.S. publishing rights. The memoir promises to reveal shocking, never-before-shared details regarding what Elizondo has learned about UFOs and the profound implications for humanity, all of which will escalate what is already a hot topic globally. Bullshit. In May, Elizondo was featured on 60 Minutes, 10 million views. Former President Barack Obama added on the Late Late Show in May. What is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies. I wasn't ready to do the voice, I'm sorry. We don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they move, their trajectory. I can't do his voice. Never mind. In June, the Pentagon released a long-awaited report on UFOs, which sucked. Said Elizondo in a statement. The American people now know a small portion of what I and my colleagues in the Pentagon have been privy to. That these UAP are not secret U.S. technology. You see how they just come out and say that immediately? Because it is. It's black budget projects. I don't care what anybody says. And then we're going to get into what Lou thinks these might be now, which we're going to do right now. They do not seem to belong to any known allies or adversaries, and that our intelligence services have yet to identify a terrestrial explanation for these extraordinary vehicles. This conversation is only just beginning. Beginning. You're right. I'm not talking about it. You're right. You're right. So this comes from Kevin McDougal, who's moonlicked. Says, you can call Lou a disinformation agent. You can call Lou a spy. You can call Lou whatever you want. Just don't call Lou late for dinner. The rave. I don't understand. I think it's this picture. This is a loose quote, like being a little pregnant. Dog's gotta poop. I don't know who that is. There's the fist. There's SOR. Ah, where am I? Am I on this? I am not on there. Haha. Thanks, Moonlick, for not including me. Vengeance, Luis. Revenge. Very nasty. Very, very, very. Festler will go down in the annals of history on the wrong side of ufology. He screwed Lou over by talking shit and didn't think it would come back to bite him in the old ass. Welcome to karma. Hey, here's our good friend UFO Jesus, who we don't talk about that much anymore. Aren't you glad? You didn't want me to, so I stopped. But here we are. I don't feel threatened by those who are uber confident. There's nothing to this UFO thing, such as Mick West. I do feel disturbed by those that want to discourage scientific investigation and/or potting the U.S. government for more data. Ultimately, the data will speak for itself. This is silly. Why would anybody say this? I don't feel threatened by those that are confident there's nothing to this UFO thing like Mick West. Why would you feel threatened by anything? I know what he's saying, but that's a poor choice of words. But he feels disturbed by those that want to discourage scientific investigation. Who? Who in their right mind would say, oh no, we don't need no scientific investigation? Who would say that? Another lie. Nobody says that. Ultimately, the data will speak for itself. I know I said something. Yeah, I said, and the data always sucks. The data does speak for itself. None and nothing. And then Cal Korff says, why do you deliberately misquote people and lie about them? Ooh. West, as far as I know, wants real scientific evidence, which exists when anything is real and proven. Until that happens, it has not, and you mix facts with projecting what you want to believe. That's extremism, UFOlogy. God, I wish I wrote that. Cal Korff coming in hard on UFO Jesus. Jesus. That was really... That hit right, that nail on the head. Thank you, Cal Korff, for being alive. All right, let's see what Ruby says. Oh, boy. What would the result be if it was revealed that UFO and UAP are black projects, hidden black technology that's been hiding under the guise of extraterrestrial UFOs, and that tech will soon slowly make its way into the public civilian sector? How would this make us feel? What a dumb question. How would we feel if this technology that was made from black budget projects, if it got leaked into the public before they announced it? Tweet from the Sixth Sense. This is going to be good. Let me see. Okay, I'll show you this one. Lou has become a threat to their little operation. He risks blowing it by knowingly supporting people and doxing and harassing people through digital means, federal offense. This means Lou will likely be tossed out of his position very soon. The government can't risk it. We'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. See, that's what Lou's done. He has sided with some people who literally commit a federal offense by doxing people. That's who Lou associates with. That's why he's getting out of the limelight for a while. I think it's bullshit. I don't think Lou is leaving like he says he's leaving. He's got a book deal coming out. He already went through all the little podcasts and got up his courage and practiced what he's going to say for when he goes on mainstream media next week and weeks after. So he's leaving us to go to mainstream media. He's not leaving because he's upset. He's not leaving because he feels threatened. This guy made multiple sock accounts on several different platforms just to infiltrate certain people and get to know what's in their heads. Who's Lou? That's Lou. Shady Lou. Fuck him. Fuck him in the ear. Fuck him in the other ear. And Lou is still a pussy for not challenging, taking the challenge that I offered him. You'll go down as a pussy for that. You're going to have to lose more weight. And it's too late now. You were supposed to do this. Oh, wait. No, wait. Wasn't it... Wasn't it April 15th? I thought I said that's when. So he still has time. Come on, Lou. Lose another 30. Come on. You're going to need it. Anjali, the beautiful Anjali, said something today that, God, if Moses was around, he would have put it on a tablet. She's beautiful. Wondering about life after death? The beings say the concept of life, death, are illusions of the third density experience. There is no cessation of consciousness. We continue on our chosen path of awareness and our chosen path of awareness and growth beyond incarnation. We are eternal and infinite. The More You Know, by Anjali. Come on. When we die, guys, we continue on our chosen path. I can't. I just can't do this. Now I get a lot frustrated when I see her. Okay, here's a good one. This comes from Rather Be Squirting on Twitter. Check this out. I never seen one of his tweets. He says, I guess this here, I'd guess he was trying to remove offensive content. But if this is what he leaves up, what kind of filth was in the removed episodes? See, that's what he did. He's starting to remove a lot of stuff off of his channel. But he left this up.
Information that anyone, especially like you guys over at the Unlimited Buffet Redux, should know.
See how mean they are? Calling Lewis fat, and they call it a buffet because he's a little overweight. That's just such an asshole thing to do. And that's different than me talking about Christina Gomez's top heaviness. I gave her a compliment.
Know about that. Yes, and I'll admit it's a channel that I looked at and looked at how quickly that channel rose up in the area.
Of course UCR rose up quickly. They had Lou Elizondo on 5 times. You're going to get at least 2,000 subs from that.
The amount of different people who got involved, everything that went on, I always had to ask the question.
Oh my God, he's awful. I can't. This actually hurts. It actually hurts. Yeah. He asked the question.
What's really behind that?
He's questioning what's behind UCR, Unidentified Celebrity Reviews, quick growth. Dude, that show was on every day, getting the biggest guests you can get in ufology. You're going to grow. But UCR didn't fake friend me like you did, you piece of shit. God, I can't stand this guy.
These girls are doing the limbo. Screenshot I've shared around with some different people. If you look at, UCR.
Oh my God, I never saw this. See, I don't watch the show. It looks like he made a graph of UCR as being the #1 show that everybody's, and then here's all the attached shows. Artemis over here, Rather Be Squidding, Singularity. I don't know who else is on here. This is weird. Kurt Jamungle, John Greenwald. so weird. I just want to see what's going on. I never watch this stuff because you know why I don't watch it, right? Because it sucks. It's not that good. It's not. He's not good. He's hard to watch. He thinks he's funny. He's not funny. This guy's a dick. Oh, they talk about me?
What? They're imposing on us being...
Oh, this is what he said about Lou, right?
Imposing on us because what? They're trying to call
our style.
We're trying to call them a threat because what? They're imposing on us being the threat at this point. So you just can't go ahead and say, you know, like Elizondo and Christopher Mellon and Jeremy Corbell. It's just like you got this trifecta people saying they're a threat, they're a national security threat, they're a threat. And it's just like, come on, guys, you're just trying to do this to freaking stoke up the military machine because we're afraid that our politicians' jobs in Washington, their days might be numbered. I think they know. You know, it's kind of like they have the information, they have the stuff. They're just keeping the stuff secret and just freaking lying to us, and we're just gonna be, you know, continuing some of the conversations you had the other day with respect to who can we trust, who should we trust in ufology, the whole thing with.
It's not UFOlogy. It's ufology. Everybody who says UFOlogy, you're wrong, because what you're saying is unidentified flying, the study of. It's ufology, not UFOlogy. Unidentified flying ology, the study of.
LMHD, you know, and everybody else has just been.
Did you put a D on the end of that?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
Because Linda Moulton Howdy Doody. See? Stealing all my jokes.
Yeah, I mean,
it's my show. I can play it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, come on. Look at the picture of E.T. the extraterrestrial. It looks like her when he's in drag. It looks like.
Oh, that's right. Hold on, I think I have that. I've got to show it.
Yeah, you do.
All right, I'm bringing over LMHD.
Oh, there we go.
Poor Linda. She let herself go.
Yeah, but it's the same jewels, the same outfit.
Come on, that's funny. That's Linda. Why is that? Why is this mean? I don't understand. I don't get people. Can't you joke anymore? You can't joke about people.
Yeah. Same hairdo.
Did you see Cambion? Did you see what he did? Stephen Cambion from Truth Seekers on Linda? Hold on, let me pull it up.
Here we go.
I'm in the moment, howdy doody. And this is my pretty pussy.
Yeah, I didn't want to play that part, but... Hey, man, I forgot how long that P word goes on.
Oh, yeah. Hey, she's got two pussies. She's got...
Oh. I don't know what it is about that word. I really don't like it. It's just a weird word I don't know. Anyway, it's not ufology. Anyway, it's okay to talk about each other. It really is. If somebody doesn't like me, and you guys have been with me for 3 years, you know what we've been through. And I guess you could say I bring it on myself. Maybe. I guess I'm really a dick. I must be. All right, Red Rum Joe. Here we go. This comes from Red Rum Joe, another bootlicker for Lou. Lou, so nowhere did we see UAP or UFOs interfere to stop that. And that he's talking about when he was on Linda Moulton Howe's show, how we were testing nukes, right? Thousands of them. in the Mojave Desert, Area 51. According to Linda, she says that her sources told her that are in contact with several species of aliens that when we set off, the first atomic bomb, not only did it put a big hole in our universe, but it also put a hole or punched a hole into multiple universes. So they don't want us to be igniting these atomic bombs. So that's why they let us do it 1,000 times. Thousands. It's so stupid. It's stupid. The alien, look, here's the deal. You want to know what the deal is? You want to know what really is going on in ufology? Do you really want to know? You want to know the effing truth for once? Here it is. And you're not going to like it. There are no aliens. I want to thank everybody who joined me tonight. Moderators, super chatters. Thank you for helping support the show. You can still support the show through PayPal, Cash App, buy a coffee or a nose, become a patron, or join GUFON. Thank you very much to the veterans and the newcomers for giving this show a chance. If you give us 2 or 3 shows, you may figure it out. You like it or you hate it. If you like it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tomorrow night, or Saturday, pardon me, don't forget that these UFO videos that are coming out in May is from a guy named Andy who's going to be on Josh and Artemis show Saturday. So don't forget to keep that on your schedule. And everybody else out there, Dark Hour Paranormal, Third Phase of Moon. Yeah, I was supposed to play a video. Should we stay? We could still stay. All right, let's stay a little longer. I have this video I'm going to play. Forget it. And then when I'm done with this, we go. Don't go anywhere. All right, here we go. I want to play this for you. Let's talk about this. This is important. I lost 10 people, just dropped out. Shit. That's all right. Let them go. Let them go. It's my fault. My fault. I don't know what this is, but I want to watch this with you. Can you do that for me? Hey! Damn it. Sorry I said goodbye too quick. I knew I had something else to do. We still got 6 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. See, did you see this? There's a flash happening in front. It'll come back on. Hey, I know what some of you are saying. It's a balloon. Bullshit. It's either a drone or an object heading towards us. It's neither.
Broad daylight sighting, the classic flying saucer disc, Bob Lazar.
Seriously, look at that thing. What is it? It's a drone. That's the only thing it can be, right? A drone balloon, a drone dome. They're out there. Those objects are out there. I don't like what I'm seeing here, but it's a good one.
Art calls it the sports model.
Well, this is weird. I've never seen it so pronounced. This is fake. Is this fake? This is fake. Why is it so pronounced? I've never seen that.
We're just asking what.
Okay, it's bleeding a little bit more. Okay.
Is this some kind of?
I'm not so sure.
From another world. Some people are actually
see. It's not happening there.
These could be biological machines coming from.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
It
is okay.
Civilization. Did you hear what I just said?
Okay. Did you see the flashes? Watch this over here. There's flashes in front of this thing that appear a couple of times. Watch.
Advanced civilization. Did you hear what I just
said?
See? Biological, mechanical beings. This is some of the speculation and maybe some of the reports that we've been hearing in the underbellies and behind the scenes of this UFO phenomenon. The language, Is this language proper? I'm not exactly
What
sure,
did he
but
call it?
Did you hear what I just said? Biological mechanical beings.
Biological mechanical beings. So these beings are alive. Are they homegrown, though? Are we growing these entities? So these craft that we're looking at, now this is the new language that's coming out, and I forgot to mention this an hour ago, but this is what's happening. They think, and it's very possible, that these are biological machines. Come on. It's either a machine or it's biological. Or they're combined. So let me ask you this. If they're combined biological machines, doesn't the biological part die off eventually? Or does it keep regenerating somehow with the technology they have? I don't know. I'm saying they think, not them, third phase, people are starting to say that the actual objects themselves are living machines, biological machines. That can't be. Can it? That's a cyborg. That's Terminator talk. So basically what we're looking at here is a living machine. I'm not so sure about this one. It's really cool if it's real, though.
This is some of the speculation and maybe some of the reports that we've been hearing in the underbelly.
You know what I mean? It's usually they're too good to be true. Look, we wouldn't know a UFO if it came up and bit us in the head.
And behind the scenes of this
Telling
UFO
you,
phenomenon, the language.
We would call it fake.
This language proper? I'm not exactly sure, but we're hearing, again, from places and good sources that they're about to basically admit that maybe this UFO phenomenon could be explained as some kind of, again, biological, mechanical being. If you could imagine that, that'd be interesting. Do you think?
But I want to know how they exist. How would they exist? How does machine and the entity coexist together? How does that happen? There's some symbiotic, isn't that what it's called? Symbiotic marriage between the biological entity and the machinery. They would have to keep each other alive. And I don't know how you keep machines alive, but if we're talking about alien technology, then we're not going to know. Like Greer said, we're science and freaking magic. Because that's what it is. Don't you agree? It's weird. Yeah, look, let's talk about the redacted stuff real quick.
Of the attribution.
We talked about this yesterday. John Greenwald got the FOIA requested stuff. Here.
And efforts. Basically, the FBI is getting involved with the UAP UFO investigation. But look at what they're giving us. They're saying there's efforts to determine the attribution and basically the potential threats posed by the UAP in close proximity to sensitive military activities. Basically, installations, critical infrastructure, and other national security sites. So the FBI is positioned to support, deliberate the DoD and interagency efforts to determine the attribution. But look at what we're seeing in the attribution. It's totally redacted. They're not showing us what the attribution is. What is there some kind of national security behind this, and that's why they're blacking it out? I'm trying to wrap my head around it, but again, let's get to the next document here. More redaction. Can you believe this? This is what our government, we're paying them to investigate UFOs, and they're redacting basically everything. I'd say
we're also paying them to keep them secret. Ancient Chinese secret in America.
Almost 90% of this. So this drop isn't really bringing much to the table, but let's go over it a little bit here. In Appendix A,
we did this yesterday. All right. I just wanted to go over that first video. Again, thank you, moderators, super chatters, for running a smooth show. If it wasn't for you, the show wouldn't exist and run smoothly. Thank you very much for all your contributions and your time. Newcomers and veterans, thank you very much for giving the show a chance. Hey, we ask you to listen a couple of times. If you like it, good. You subscribe. If you don't, you go on your merry way. Never see you again. I hope you come back. I want to thank everybody who joined the show. Let me see if I got any more contributions on PayPal. Hold on, I got a message coming in. What is this? What is this? This just came in. Jimmy Church is celebrating Gomez's 10,000 subscriber. Well, it's not really hers, is it? Well, whatever it is, what? Look at her. She's in love. She's in love with Jimmy Church. I was right. Told you. Told you. She's in love. What is it? Most people in this community are full of shh. I know. Some people sent me stuff. Didn't I, hold on a second. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. We're done. What's this? Oh, good night, Mr. DB Cooper. Member Cooper 77, the $5 good night super chat. And just because you did that, I don't really feel like going, but we're going to have to.
Thank you, Mr. DB Cooper 77 for the $5 member super chat.
All over everybody. All over Gomez. Huh? What was that? What is GUFON? Truthology for ufology. Get out of here.
There's a good thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over? And why did it downward treasured sites in Christianity?
Thank you.
UFO,